Hello everyone, our topic po is all about cataloging and analyzing discourse data. Okay, so now I will give you my explanation about cataloging. So cataloging, it is writing down all the important details like who wrote it, what it is called, how many pages, and what it is about, so that anyone can find it easily and know exactly what it is. So, descriptive cataloging is this is like writing the physical details of the item. So, it answers questions like who wrote it, what is the title, when was it published, and how many pages does it have. So, it's basically all the facts you need to recognize the item. So in subject cataloging, this is about figuring out what the item is actually about. It looks at the content, ideas, or story inside. Then it puts the item into a category or gives it a label. For example, like history, science fiction, or cooking, so that people can find all books on the same topic together. So next, we have the how to catalog materials. So in author information, you need to write the who wrote it and find the person or group responsible. So write the last name first, then the first name. So if there are two or three, write all names. If more than three, just write the first one and add et al, which means and others. So another example, if someone edited the book, instead of writing it, put their name and add ed. So, if it's group, if a company or organization is the author, just write its full name. So next, in title information, write the full name exactly as it appears on the official page inside the book. So if there is extra information explaining the title, put a colon before it. Another example, if it's not a normal book like a tape, CD, or braille, write what is inside square brackets. So if it's not the first version, write second ED or third ED after the title. So next, we have the series information. So if the item is part of a series, write the series in brackets after the title. So for example, the Malaria Manual, Guidelines for Rapid Assessment, or Methods of Social Research on Tropical Diseases, number 2. So if the book belongs to a group or set of books on the same topic, write the name of that series inside the bracket. So next, we have the publication details. So write the city and country if needed, where it was printed. And another, write the name of the company that printed it. Write the year it was made. Next, we have the number of pages, format, length. So write how many pages there are, like 145 page. If it's braille, count the pages or sheets. So if it's a video or tapes, write what type it is and how long it plays, like for 35 minutes. So next, we have the illustration. So if the book has pictures, diagrams, or maps that help explain things, write IL or ILL, which means illustrations. Next, we have the notes. So write anything else people need to know, like what it is used for or special details about it. So next, we have keywords. So write the main topics or words that people would search for separated by slash. So next, we have the accession number. So this is the unique number the library gives to the item to keep track of it. Write it in the bottom right corner. And last, we have the classification number. So this is the code that tells you where to find the book on the shelf. Write it in the top right corner. So this is the example of author catalog and then the title catalog. Next, we have the how to analyze discourse data. So step 1, decide on your discourse analysis approach. So you need to choose your style. So language in use, look closely at the words, grammar, and how sentences are built. And in socio-political, look at how language affects society, power, and rules, and how society affects language. And next, we have the socio-cultural. Look at language as a way people interact and connect socially. And last, we have the socio-cognitive. Look at how language shows what people know, think, and believe. Next, we have the step number 2, gather information and theory on the context. So in step 2, you need to find out when, where, and why the text was written. So who wrote it, who was it written for. Understanding the situation helps you understand the meaning. Next, we have the step 3, analyze the content for themes and patterns. So in step 3, you need to read carefully and find the main ideas, repeated words, and how the text is organized. So the last step is review your results and draw conclusions. So look at how or what you find out, explain what the language really means and why it was used that way. So make sure your answers are based on what you actually read and not just your opinion. And that's all for my report. Thank you.